Good morning. It is early morning. I'm Peter on my boat Fast Forward here in the beautiful town of 1770, Queensland, Australia, where I have been for the last 3 and a bit weeks now since my unconventional arrival here. And certainly go back and look at my videos of grounding in 1770 to find out what happened. Anyway, today should be a day of moving to the next stage. I've become a local here almost in 1770. Over the past 3 weeks, it feels. I've met a lot of people here on the water, some really nice people here. And I will be sad to leave for that reason. And forgive me, I haven't had my coffee yet, and it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. So what's happening today? Why are you up at 3 o'clock in the morning? I know it's crazy, but yeah, so the plan today is at first light I should be picked up by Kevin in his boat Top Lady. He's basically resident here on the river, and he will be taking me out, towing me out, as I have no rudder on this yacht. And we need to move the 50 nautical miles south to Port Bundaberg to get that rectified. And that's today's mission. Today's mission is basically to get towed out of 1770. Very tricky entrance here, as I found out to my expense. And take me out to a trawler, a fishing trawler, which will be waiting offshore. I believe it's there now. It's hard to tell through the lights of the masts of the boats in here whether the light I'm seeing is the trawler outside the bar. It's too shallow for them to come in, and it will be high tide as I go out, so we should have an okay passage going out. Then I will be transferred to being towed by the trawler down to Port Bundaberg, which is about, as I said, 50 nautical miles. I haven't had my coffee yet. So that'll be an adventure. Hopefully it'll go without mishap. Towing a boat without a rudder is a challenge, and the way to get around that is they're going to put some big balloon floaty things on a long cable behind the boat, basically to keep it in line. So in a matter of using a drogue to slow down the process so the stern doesn't swing around. So I'm getting up now, waiting for my coffee, I can tell you. And I'll have some breakfast and get myself ready. So Kevin will probably be here at first light, which probably is around 4 something or other. So I just want to make sure I'm ready for that. Anyway, it's going to be a big day today. I will try and document as much of it as possible, and yeah, share it with you guys. But thank you to everybody who's been following, and the comments I'm getting. I'm really appreciative of those kind thoughts and the support that I'm getting from people out there. Thank you. I don't take it lightly. Anyway, it is part of the adventure. It's not the part I really wanted to have, but it is what it is, right? And every day we're just learning. So yeah, learned a lot of stuff, and yeah, that's how we become experienced, I guess. So onward, and let's see what the day brings. Thank you. Now we wait. I'm actually running the engine at the moment just to charge up the batteries a bit. Sun will be up in a little while, not a little while, but just want to make sure I got a lot of power for the radio and everything else I need, because obviously we'll need to maintain communications and stuff. So I think I'm ready, Eddie. Yeah, just waiting on Kevin now. Keeping an eye on the boats here because I'm not quite sure where he's coming from, so I'm sure I'll see some nav lights approaching me at some stage, or sorry, running lights. Still can't get used to that. Switch from aviation to boating. Anyway, that's what it is. So yeah, lights creeping into the eastern sky there. Looks like a nice day as forecast. So far so good. yeah, let's just hope for a successful day this time. And I think we're definitely in a better position than last week. So I am quietly optimistic, hopeful, and oh, that just got brighter. Anyway, yeah, let's see what happens next. It's my ride. Here's Top Lady. Okay, well, that was very quick and easy. We're off the mooring and now behind Kevin in Top Lady as we make our way through the other boats. She's sitting quite well, not swinging or anything yet. Keeping a short line on it, simply that we don't get near anybody else. And getting near, I used to be anchored around about here. That looks like my ride out there across the sandbar. Okay, so getting to the approaches now. Everything tracking okay at the moment. There's the campground. They're all still fast asleep. Yeah, so it's just after 5 o'clock. Tide's still coming in. It's got an hour and a half to actual high. So yeah, let's see how this goes. Okay, so we are coming up to the bar. They're lengthening the rope a bit now. Okay, so coming up to the last markers there. Which don't help anybody basically, because the problem is beyond the markers. So anyway, they've lengthened my tow line, obviously feeling that that's a safer way to go, and beyond is the trawler. Well, this time it looks like it is goodbye to the beautiful town of 1770. Yes, thank you for your hospitality, care and friendliness. Yeah, it's meant a lot to me. Round Hill Head, and at last starting to feel the sea under me again. You can see the rollers coming in here, and yeah, this is where our adventures started for this particular segment. So no repeats this time, thank you. There's my ride. So Kevin's put the power on more, so he's obviously confident that we've now got through the bar. Yeah, some good rollers coming in here actually. Hello. Yeah, it's got a shallow warning, shallow water warning. Up there it goes again. So it's a little bit touch and go. The thing is with beeping alarms, we'll turn them off. Nothing worse when you're panicking, having alarms beeping at you. Not that I'm panicking. These guys know what they're about, and we're progressing nicely now. Here comes the sun. Yep, here we go, getting close now. So we should now be beyond the reaches of the 1770 bar. Okay, just easing up to her now. Look at all the seagulls sitting on the front there. They know what side their bread's buttered on, or their fish are, or whatever. Got that well in hand. The handoff. Okay, so I've just been performing all sorts of hijinks on the foredeck. Replaced the towing line that brought me out here to a more secure
We shackled over the top of the block to stop the line jumping out, and also put a secondary one here to the mast as a backup. So that should be good to go. I'm just drifting back from them now as they prepare. And that's floaties, which I've attached to a bridle on the stern. That should act as a bit of a brake to stop the stern swinging round. But the conditions are pretty damn good. So we should be underway shortly. Well, we are slowly moving off, taking up the slack. I'm not quite sure about these floaties. Not exactly how I plan to leave 1770. Not even when I intended to leave 1770. But yeah, we're clear of Round Hill Head, which we've got some video of me right at that point there, actually, up on the lookout there, and the lighthouse. So and also those houses there is where I came up from my long beach walk from Agnes Water along that long beach, and climbed up that hill and arrived at those houses at the top of the hill. So we are on our way. The drogues we lost. Yes, noted that relying on a bowline, which I didn't tie. No, it's nobody's fault. Yeah, they got left behind basically. So we're actually traveling at the moment without dragging anything, and she's keeping pretty well on course. So far so good. I haven't even looked to see how fast we're going yet. I'll do that next. You know what? I'm going to have a coffee next, to be honest. Sitting on around 6 knots at the moment. He might push it up to 8 after a while. We're just seeing how she goes. The boys over there have just gone for breakfast. Lucky buggers. No, I had my breakfast already. And here we are. That's Agnes Water. And this is the long beach I walked on back a couple of weeks ago, I guess now. Oh, that's my coffee going all over the place. Coffee, isn't it? It's in a... Yeah, stuff. Yeah, and then climbed that hill up to the houses. So that was a long walk. But yeah, it was 19 kilometers, the whole thing. So, yeah, good effort, I think, even if I say so myself. 6:30 a.m. and, yeah, we're just pottering along here at about 6 knots. And we're just passing Agnes Water. Beautiful day for it. So, yeah, lucky at last. It's now coming up to 7 a.m. Queensland time, of course, because we're in Queensland. That is Agnes Water back there. And this is Rocky Point. There's really not much more along this coast, to be honest. It's a big sort of sweeping bay coming up, at the end of which is the entrance to the Burnett River, which is where we're going. Towing quite well, just over 6 knots, holding fairly steady, yawing perhaps 5 degrees, but well within tolerance and acceptability. Been seeing some big jellyfish going past, of course. Now that I've got the camera on, not one to be seen. That's okay. Yeah, sparkling day, so we're very lucky at last with the weather. Beautiful. And we leave 1770 well behind now. Not sure if you can see that, but it's basically Round Hill Head now. It looks like an island as it dips below the horizon. So, yeah, farewell, 1770. See you again one day. Well, I estimate we're around about halfway now. Still tracking nicely, as you just saw, doing about 6.3 knots. Yeah, the sea's calmed, and, yeah, just a bit of roll in the swell every now and then. Obviously, the boat rides a bit differently than it does when it's under sail, so that took a bit of getting used to. When you're sailing, the wind holds it over to a great degree, so there's not so much roll. Pitch, certainly, but roll, not so much. Anyway, I believe that's Mount Maria. Look up wherever that is. Yeah, nothing much along the shore as far as towns or anything concerned. So, yeah, just open sea, nothing on shore, and nothing really on the sea either. Haven't seen a whale. I think they've gone by now. Left me behind. Anyway, I will cope. The journey continues. Not much to look at, really. Although we have got some opposing traffic now. So, they're heading the other way. Good luck, guys. I believe this is the cruise ship Disney Wonder. She seems to be stopped. And I think it tugging its rich with her. She's showing 0 knots as far as speed is shown. It's the expression stop, right? Anyway, just what's going on there. It's getting bigger in the window now. Oh, okay. No window. Yeah, starting to see a bit more of the land now. The flat land is starting to show itself over the horizon. So yeah, we are within sight. Right, so just been talking to Scott on the trawler. We're nearly at the leads for the entrance into Port Bundaberg. What we'll be doing very shortly is slowing right down. They will then shorten the cable, and then we'll turn and follow the leads in. Once we get to the marina, they'll have a boat standing by there to come alongside and then take me into the marina itself. So, yeah, not far there. You can see the lighthouse, the sugar terminal over there, and just beyond that, the masts and stuff, the marina. So, nearly there. Oaks Beach there. Further up the coast, Bargara. So coming up on the leads now, basically the highway into the harbour, if you like. Slow down, he says. We're doing 7 knots now almost. I think because the wind's just coming around on my quarter a bit. So I expect we'll be slowing down very soon. Okay, so the guys have appeared on the rear deck now and are working with the line. And we're just waiting for the boat to slow down, and they'll bring that in slowly. Okay, so we're just under 3 knots now. And you can see the cables loose on the water. Just as we wait for the boat to slow down even further. Okay, cable shortened now. We're proceeding again at a slower pace. I've got about 3.5 knots on the dial here, and we're entering the leads, and we'll be making a right turn very shortly once we get between the line of these guys. Okay, so proceeding cautiously now. You can see they're starting to make a right turn. The line is fairly slack, but we'll pull them at the moment, and there I go into the turn as well.
Okay, so you can see the leads down here as well. There's a pole on left and right. One of them is just in front of the lighthouse now, the left one. We will go down between those. So that's the lead into the channel to keep us in deep water, and ships that come and go from here as well, obviously. Okay, so we're passing through our first pair of leads. Starboard lead, port lead, lighthouse in the background. You notice there's a lot more yawing now. We're on a shorter line, but within tolerance. We're actually doing 6 knots again, so yeah. I guess we've got to keep ahead of the wind and the swell of waves that are coming in.
Always a nice feeling when you can get inside a breakwater after a long trip.
Okay, getting very close now. I guess what we're looking for next is to see one of their boats come out to meet us. And there will be the handover, which I'm sure will be a whole lot of fun. And that's a nice rolly place to stay here. Okay, closing in now, and over there, of course, is probably where Fast Forward's going to end up going to get repaired. So, yeah, one day soon, hopefully, we will be cruising back out that channel to head south. Okay, so what I'm expecting now is we're going right over to the far side of the channel from the marina, and I anticipate that we'll be curving around to the left, so I will then be pointing up against the wind behind the trawler. Otherwise I will just drift onto him if he tries to stop in this configuration. So no sign of anybody coming out yet, but red, so I'm going to be there, I think. Unless that's orange, who can tell the difference, but I can't see any other near red car. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going to be. Doesn't matter, they do. I can't do anything about it anyway. I'm at everybody's mercy. Okay, so here we go. We're on the turn now, and heading back into the wind and also the tide, so it's pretty perfect, really. Okay, so a bit of slack here while he goes around and waits for me to drift around behind him. And then we will pull up towards the marina, and hopefully somebody will come and pick me up, please. Okay, just coming around now. We're straightening up. And Scott's ready to drop the anchor. So we'll wait. Bring the boat back up at me. This could be my next ride. Let's see. Looks pretty businesslike. Come the boys, Port Bundaberg.
In safe hands at last.
Thank you for watching another Fast Forward to Queensland video. As always, don't forget to like, comment on YouTube and subscribe to Dawn Raider.